Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Inshallah, today we're going to go through the remaining two cases of Ra, and we're going to see the four cases in which Ra is Tarqeeq, and the two cases in which it is either Tarqeeq or Tafkhim. First, we'll go through the four cases of Ra being Tarqeeq, which is light. If the Ra has a Kasra, okay, so if the Ra has a Kasra on it, it becomes Tarqeeq, which is same as the cases of Fatha and Dhamma that we saw previously. If the Ra is Sakin and a Kasra precedes it, so here the Ra has a Sukoon on it, okay, and before the Ra there is a Kasra. If the Ra is Sakin and the letter before it is also Sakin, and the letter before that has a Kasra, so here because we are stopping on the Ra, we will present it with a Sukoon. We look at the letter before and it has also a Sukoon. So how we make it heavy or light depends on the previous letter then. The letter before those that have the Sukoon. So that letter has a Kasra, the Ha here has a Kasra, therefore we will make our Ra Tarqeeq. So same as the other two cases, if we are stopping on a Ra, we put a Sukoon on it, we look at the letter before. Like here, we're looking at the letter before. Now, if this letter has a Kasra, but say this had a Sukoon on it, we would look at the third letter. If this had a Sukoon on it, we'd look at the letter before. So here, essentially it's the same thing, okay? But in this case, obviously we have a Kasra, so we don't need to go to the third letter. Here, the letter before the Ra has a Sukoon, so we'll go through and go to the next letter, which has a Kasra. So here we are stopping on this Ra, and we are putting a Sukoon on it, and this has a Sukoon, so we look at the third, and if it has Kasra, we will make it Tarqeeq light. Fourth case, if the Ra is Sakin and there is a Ya preceding it, then the Ra in this case has Tarqeeq, no matter what kind of Vav precedes the Ya Sakin when stopping on it. So if I'm stopping on this and the Ya precedes it, I'm going to make it light. Okay, it doesn't matter what letter precedes it. Okay, so here we have a strong letter, a letter of istiara, and here we usually we'd make it strong, but because it's preceded by a Ya, we will keep it soft. Okay, so if we look at the other two cases, inshallah, where you can make it Tafkhim or Tarqeeq. If the Ra is Sakin and is preceded by a Kasra and is followed by a letter of Istila, a heavy letter, and this letter has a Kasra on it, so here is a heavy letter, the Ra is Sakin and there's a heavy letter after it, but it has a Kasra. There's only one example of this in the Quran, okay? So here you can, Tafkhim and Tarqeeq are allowed in this one when you're stopping. So you can see, so when stopping, when allowed, when continuing, reading, or when not when stopping, okay? Not when stopping. So it's allowed of the Ra, Tafkhim and Tarqeeq are allowed of the Ra when continuing the reading, not when stopping, okay? So you're going to continue, you'll make it either fir or fir or fir. So there's a difference there between soft and strong. However, on stopping on the Qaf, the Ra has to become Tafkhim, so fir, okay, fir, so we make it strong, according to the 8 cases in which the Ra has Tafkhim. So this is one of the cases we saw before in the first video. If the Ra is Sakin and is preceded by a Sakin letter, which is then preceded by a Kasra, and the Sakin letter which precedes the Ra is a letter of isti'ala group. So if the Ra is Sakin, which is Sakin here, because we are stopping on it, and it is preceded by a Sakin letter, so here we have a Sakin letter, and if it's preceded by a Kasra, so here we have a Kasra and a Kasra, okay, and there is the letter after the Kasra as istila. There are 2 words in this Quran, okay? When stopping on them, these words can be read with Tafkhim or Tarqeeq of the Ra. So it's up to you what you want to read, but the ruling is that it should have a kasra before it. It should be a heavy letter. It should have a sukun on the heavy letter. You should be stopping on this ra, and if you want, you can read it as tafkhim or tarqiq. Okay, so qitr, 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 or qitr, qitr, misr, or misr, misr, depending on what you want to do, or misr, misr. So that's strong and soft. You have to pay attention, inshallah, to catch it. The last thing that I want to discuss here, in some of the books, there are 3 words added to this case, which are tafqim and tarqiq on the ra. Okay, so here you have these cases where they originally were with the ya at the end. So there was originally a ya. Due to the grammatical rules, the ya had to be removed. So we are now stopping on this ra. So you can make it tafkhim or tarqiq, but here it says the prior to pronounce the ra as tarqiq should be given. Jazakumullah khair for watching. Wa alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.